Do you have any interest in seeing the new Naked Gun remake?
Yes and no. More like if it was hitting streaming, I would be down. I don't know if I'm
Okay.
too enthusiastic for the theater.
Well, I just recently saw the Naked Gun,
Doji.
the OG, but I have to say, like, I'm kind of astounded or amazed that this movie originated from a television show which only had 6 episodes. For me, that's surprising. This franchise came from a television show, like I said, only 6 episodes, and it's originally called The Police Squad, which is a parody on crime drama, which is known for was popular back then with Airplane, was based on another like serious movie, and then you have other films that had made parodies of other serious projects. I've never watched the show Police Squad. I saw some episodes, but anyway, with a Rotten Tomatoes score, still to this day, 88% by the critics and 84% by the audience. I think I'm getting too old because I don't find this funny.
Why would that be you're old?
The humor is very juvenile.
Oh, sir.
Welcome back to Tales of Two Bros. My name is Angel,
I'm a Don.
where we give you a review at least once a week. Spoiler alert. So this movie came out in 1988, December 1988. It had a low budget or modified budget of 14,500,000, just under 15 million, which is pretty good back in those days. And it generated over 78 million worldwide, which is a hit. Did you ever watch Police Squad?
Police Squad came out in 1982.
Oh, you weren't even born yet.
No, but like if it was streaming on TV, I would have been like an infant and whatnot. I probably saw it like on Nickelodeon, Nick at Night, or something like that.
I mean, there's only 6 episodes.
True, and I tried finding it online. Like I searched Roku. I was being very cheap about this. And like there was a streaming service called like Philo. I'm like, oh, cool, I could watch it. And then Philo's like, oh yes, $30 per month to watch our stream. I'm like, first of all, screw you. Secondly, how dare you hold a gem like Police Squad under a price wall? And I say it's a gem because do you know why they only did 6 episodes?
No idea.
So I learned this a few years ago. Police Squad had some of the highest reviews when it was when it was aired as a series.
Right.
And it got the best reviews. I think it won awards. But the producers canceled it because they're like, you guys are doing too many jokes. It was like joke after joke after joke after joke. And like some of them were high end, some were low end jokes. And they're like, people were going to get confused. But it was like Times Magazine, like all these other magazines. I don't know if it was Time, but I think it was like TV Guide. Were like praising it. So they just canceled it because the producers were just confused. Yeah.
On good reviews?
They did a Netflix.
So did that popularity influence the movie?
Yeah. So it was so popular that eventually they decided to do the movie. And you got to remember, the guy playing Leslie Nielsen.
The guy who's playing, that is Leslie Nielsen.
Yes. He's a character in my eyes, but yes, that's him. He was a drama actor before.
Oh, no, I know.
And like,
but the thing is, but remember, he did Airplane.
Yes,
that's one of his first comedic roles.
Yes, but prior to that, he was doing like horror shows and dramas and stuff like that.
Yes, exactly. No, he was a very serious actor.
But the reason that he works so well for like Airplane and Police Squad and the Naked Gun and so forth, and if you continue watching his film career, he usually plays a straight man in a comedy.
Right. Oh no, he was pretty straight here.
For the audience, just to clarify, we mean as in attitude.
Right. No. Like this. Yeah. Well, like say like Abbott and Costello.
Yes.
Costello was the comedian, the funny face, and Abbott was the straight face.
Correct.
Now, rewatching this for me, he was great. Leslie Nielsen was great. In a sense, he played the straight man. I loved his facial reactions.
Mm-hmm.
His facial expressions were amazing. Like that's what sold it for me. But a lot of times, some jokes ran too long, or I didn't find it humorous.
I would say it's very dated.
It's very dated. Unlike Superman the movie, which is around the same time. No, that's 10 years later. Sorry. So it's not around the same time. Excuse me. I'm totally mistaken. And he was a funny man off camera too.
Yeah.
When you get interviewed, he always have like a fart machine in his hand, squeeze it.
I see that.
And he's done it with, you see it online on YouTube with Conan O'Brien and other interviews that he'll just squeeze it and he'll act it out as if he is farting. And it just get people uncomfortable, but he loved it. He just find humor in it. In this movie, besides Airplane, also led him to other parody films and as the comedic role. It resurrected his career.
Yes.
You have also Priscilla Presley in this, the ex-wife of Elvis Presley, the infamous O.J. Simpson,
Infamous in many
and you
ways.
have the late O.J. Simpson. Well, they're all late now. Everyone has pretty much passed away except for, I think, Priscilla Presley. You have also
Yeah,
Ricardo Montalban, George Kennedy. Yeah. I'm sorry. There's so many here that is just great. The actors, like I'm laughing now, even though I didn't have that
but
much. I
the
wasn't laughing during
visualization, like Ray
yeah,
Burke, Nancy Marchand, like I can picture them from that movie and other films. Weird
right.
Al Yankovic.
Yes, Weird Al, and I think he was in all like the other films too.
Yeah,
I think as well.
he might have been Nicholas
Definitely,
Worth,
definitely
like a
another one.
thug. Yeah,
Oh, and yeah, the recast the actors because I know the one Joe Grafasi. He was the one with like they're exchanging the money as like they're trying to shake the other down. They give him the
Mhm.
money that make him talk. He's in another Naked Gun film, but some of the movements were like really bad. Like when Reggie Jackson, the baseball player, he became RoboCop, where
No,
everyone else who got influenced was like controlled but not robotic. Because you'll go like Reggie Jackson at the end well, he's trying to kill the queen, which I thought was like security freaking sucks. But he's like
absolutely.
walking, turning his head like a robot, and everyone else didn't do that who got under the influence, if you will.
I mean, that could be a number of things.
Do you
That could
have
be
a
like an actor choice and whatnot, and a
but
lot of
yeah, but the director should have told him it's like, hey, no one's doing. I mean, granted, depends on when they filmed it, because a lot of times they film movies out of order. So maybe the director didn't say to, give him the heads up on that.
yeah.
Now,
Do I have
do you have
funny
a favorite
moments?
moment?
I don't necessarily have favorite moments. I have like well, yeah, I do have favorite moments. Line where he goes, "I have a message for you from Vincent Ludwig," and then there's gunshots. As he's shooting, he says, "Take that, you lousy cop!" And Frank, I'm sorry, I can't hear you. Don't fire the gun while you're talking.
Oh,
Uh,
that's the one from the. He's like above the guy's
the
up high, right?
Is like the waste disposal factory or the butcher
Right.
factory. Yeah. When Jane shows up at his apartment and they're looking for food, like Frank's emptying out his fridge, he has like spoiled milk. He looks at it like the mayo's expired for years.
Mhm.
And she's like, "You
No,
got Chinese, but did you see the cheese?"
no.
This is why there are some moments that just fly by people because you could watch this movie a couple times and catch different things. So like he was like, the Chinese food's 3 years old. She walks out the kitchen. He's like, "You sure don't want nothing to eat? We can make something." And then the camera pans on him for a little bit longer than usual, and his eyes roll around, and there's a block of cheese with mold that's crawling across the refrigerator on the top of the refrigerator.
No,
So
I don't remember that.
I never saw it for years, and I just noticed it now. I'm like, "There's a block of cheese that's crawling away," which reminded me of Cowboy Bebop, and I was like, maybe Cowboy Bebop got that one episode from this
Probably,
from Naked Gun
probably,
because there's a
probably.
piece of mold cheese that attacks the Cowboy Bebop crew. The driving instructor,
Oh, he's awesome.
yes,
But the guy. He acts the same way, but the line delivery and all right, now stick out your hand. Now proceed to put up the middle finger. Yeah. He's like very calm where everyone's freaking out. Yeah, like it's
yes,
not his first time. It's like happened before. For me, like him with the fish and the pen in the fish
that was
tank.
that was hilarious. And, like they expanded that when he broke into the office a second time. When he was first there, and he stabbed the fish, and which every
Now
time
I
he's in
remember
the
the fish.
office,
Like
he's
for
breaking
me,
stuff.
but also that scene with the fish that eats the little fish. I remember seeing that in Game of Death.
Hmm.
Maybe that they got that from that movie. They put it in here because the head bad guy is like feeding that kind of fish with baby fish, and he just like enjoying seeing that being happening.
I don't
And
know.
maybe
Maybe they
that
got
they
that.
use that
They could have
influence.
also got it from Last Dragon. Uh,
Last Dragon. Oh, but no, that's the one where they put the big leg in. They don't
yeah,
you don't even see the fish.
true.
But I also like when he comes to the house and he sees the girl in his kitchen. But what he does before that, and it's a stunt double.
Yes,
It's a stunt double. But he's doing like the cartwheels, the flips, and checking
dude.
every room.
When his stunt double flipped to the bed,
Yeah,
he kicked out and landed flat on his back.
yeah.
I was like,
That must be
oh.
Yeah, but that's a mat. That was a mat though.
Still, but it looked
No,
painful.
they get big bucks. You know, like stunt people or stuff like that. They get paid for every fall they do.
They should.
Well, yeah, but I mean, like every take too. So they're doing 20 takes. They're getting paid significantly for each take.
Yeah.
Now, how much they get paid, I don't know. But yeah, I thought that was cute. Now, for me, one of the horrendous, it was kind of cute, but a scene I didn't like was with OJ in the beginning. You know, he finds out the drugs and all this stuff, the bad guys. He gets shot up like 100 times, and then he starts
Yeah.
walking, and then he crashes into like a leg trap, and then he crashes into, stumbles into something else. Like everything he's doing is like, besides the bullets, he's getting hurt everywhere else.
Yeah.
And then he puts his arm on a paint. For me, it was
That
just
was
like,
early
okay,
on. It was
like
like
that's
wet paint. It's like,
yeah,
oh, and then it was like his face in cake. You know, he's like his
right. It
hand
was just,
on the stove.
but that to me, that exaggerated. Similar to the
Yeah.
baseball scene when he's the umpire and he's like dancing. To me, went too long.
Okay.
Granted, this movie is under 90 minutes. I mean, why under 90 minutes? An hour and 25. Oddly enough, the remake, or is it really a remake? It's more of a sequel.
It is a sequel because
It's not really.
they
Yeah, it's
talk
not really.
about him being the son.
Yeah. So it's really a sequel, not really a remake, and it's the same length, an hour and 25 minutes.
I would say it's a testament to how many jokes they could put in a film. It's like almost a test. Like
Right.
how many
Yeah.
skits or jokes can we put in? Like, you know, when Jane's cooking the roast, she's like, he goes, "What are you making?" She's like, "I'm boiling a roast. How hot and wet do you want it?" He's like, "Very hot and awfully wet." She just lifts up a piece of meat out of a pie.
It looked nasty. Oh, it looks so nasty.
It was so
But
great.
like, okay, like, but like, yeah, but like her when she meets him and she falls down the steps,
Mhm.
that's like cheap. It's not really funny because it's not her and stuff like that. It's what I'm saying, because they cut to it. You see her, she's walking, then she exaggerates the motion. Not like Carol Burnett show back in the day. I
Okay.
don't know if you ever saw Carol Burnett, but Carol Burnett or like the early days of Saturday Night Live.
I remember
The
Benny Hill.
performers, well, yeah, Benny Hill. But I don't think they did it either. But here, like Carol Burnett or something like that, they will do the stunts. Like if Carol Burnett tripped, you will see her trip. It will not be a stunt person. Same thing with Saturday Night Live in the early days, like Chevy Chase. He would actually fall.
Yeah,
So
but I
mean,
think that's also
like that.
dependent on the performer and the actor because
No,
there's
of course.
plenty.
No,
There's
I get it.
yeah, like there. It's just a level of dedication or skill.
Some of it reminded me of "I'm Going to Get You, Sucker."
Yeah.
They do a stunt, and he obviously is someone else. It's not that person. And you can tell, like in "I'm Going to Get You, Sucker," the mother who's black doing backflips, and they see the stunt person is a white guy with a mustache. I mean, granted, that was a parody on itself. Anyway, just saying. I don't know. Like this is very dated. I'm interested in seeing the sequel or the remake, however you want to call it, just to see how the jokes land there.
Mhm.
Do you have a weak moment for you?
I fell asleep at one point. It was
Okay.
around the point where he broke into the second time into the office of
Mhm.
Ludwig.
Is that the one outside that he grabs the statue by the dick?
Yes, which is when I watched it again and I was awake, I was dying laughing. Uh, but I digress. I just kind of knocked out around that point because it was after the romance between him and Jane,
Which lasted for a day. That romance.
Yeah, everything. It was so much, and they're like, that was the best day ever, and that's part of the joke.
Right.
Yeah, because of the feel of it and some of the things, it doesn't hold up like through this test of time, I guess. And I just passed out a little bit, but it's still like in bits and pieces, it's still great in a lot of ways. Kind of got to the ball game really fast.
Well, it's an hour and 25 minutes, so yes.
I know. It's just
that's
like the way
happen.
they led up to it is just like, we're right there, guys. Oh, I will say this. That first scene with him,
sorry.
him and all the leaders against the free world. The very, very,
in
very
the beginning. Yes.
For years thought that was the first scene for Naked Gun 2.
Oh, why?
It didn't feel like the same movie. So like the way they introduced them. Now, granted, I forgot for a moment that this was based on a show. So the way they introduced him, it feels like he should have been already introduced.
Gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
I see what you're saying. If I could be wrong, but I think part 2 and 3 are funnier. I have not seen them recently.
Probably
I think they're funnier.
Whenever I remember like a lot of the jokes, thinking back, I would think about part two
Yeah, it's
because
like
they had some like one of the comedians from like Who Line Is It Anyway, the heavier guy.
oh yeah, oh yes, the
Yeah,
guy who used to sing, right?
yeah.
Yes, he was the
I
British
remember.
show of the British show that Whose Line Is It Anyway, but he
The
was
British
American.
version.
Yes,
And so it was, and the budget was a little bit better, so the footage was cleaner. I want to say, but still, they had a guy. The villain was looked like the Lugwood villain, so almost identical. So yeah, I remember that one more when I think about Naked Gun. Sorry, I was about to cough.
yeah. Also in the baseball field, when Ricardo Montalban, how does he have a Uzi? I don't know. But besides that, he has the girl and they're going up the steps. And of course, they cut it to a way that is a dummy that he's carrying, more like a blow up doll. And he's like throwing it around,
I did.
trying to get through up the steps with the people.
That was funny.
I was like, it was funny. I was like, what? Why? For one, why they cut that? Why they switch it? But I guess they did that for the humor part. But again, how does he have an Uzi instead of a regular handgun? They're never meant to shoot like true aim. They're meant to spread and hit anything like a shotgun. The bullet's supposed to spread when they shoot. Just whatever's in his way.
I don't think they were going
But
for aesthetics of like accuracy with this movie.
But I'm just saying, like the Uzi just took me off. I was like, okay, sure. And where he got it from, I was like, oh yeah. And then again, the security. So Reggie Jackson is going up there. They see him climbing, and they're like this. They're like not even paying. No one's paying attention. And there's like military next to the Queen. If you got shot, you deserve it.
But that's half the humor. There's a lot of flaws with it.
No, I get it. I get it.
When
But at the same token,
the banquet for the Queen, and Ed and him are searching people. And he goes,
yes.
Put up your arms. And he searches the guy. He's like, what's this? Hey, Ed, he has a picture of your wife. You bastard.
True. True. Okay. Yeah. See that this is like Blazing Saddles in a way that when we talk about it, we find the humor. But when we saw Blazing Saddles, the humor didn't hit us right off the bat.
Yep. I would say, wait, first of all, I want to say this is probably better now if you took something.
Yes, if you had it, yes, if you took a gummy.
Maybe even a drink.
Yes, I will agree. And being it for an hour, 25 minutes, it felt longer. Like I said, some of the jokes went too long. You fell asleep. And it's a short film. Now, on Rotten Tomatoes, still to this day, as I mentioned, 88% by the critics and 84% by the audience. Where do you rate it?
I think 84 is more accurate. Maybe I might even be bold enough to say 82 because it's entertaining, it's fun, but it is dated. You can feel it even though it's a short film. It'll be more fun if you're either with someone that can get the humor with you, or you may be taking something with with
right. No, yeah, exactly. Yeah, for me, I'll give it a straight 80. Leslie Nielsen, he rocks it. He steals the show. His facial expression, his timing is really good. But some of the scenes do carry too long, unnecessary long. And of course, that was meant for that. Or maybe they didn't film enough, and so they couldn't really edit things in, or they just, whatever their deal was in the sense of the material they had and what they had to work with. I am going to see the latest sequel.
Okay.
It does have the same runtime as this, which is interesting. Hopefully the humor, the comedy is updated.
I would say this. Sometimes it doesn't need to be that updated. Granted, now I'm going to say something like this was like years ago. It was maybe 5 years ago I saw it, but I remember watching Airplane and laughing just as hard as I have laughed in a long time.
No, I think Airplane lasts the test of time.
Yeah.
Granted, maybe some people won't get it because like the jive talking. No one talks like that today.
True.
But if you know the actress, the mom from Leave It to Beaver, and her going like that, yes. It's like seeing Betty White doing it. The old Betty White doing the same thing. It's just hilarious.
One of the funniest lines in Airplane I can remember verbatim is like, "Do you want some coffee? Yes, please." And these are kids, mind you. It's like, "Yes, please." It's like, "Do you want some cream or sugar?" "No, I like my coffee like I like my men." It's like, and you see this little boy like, huh?
And like you have also, besides Leslie Nielsen, you also have Bridges doing a comedy role.
Yeah.
And a lot of these actors were serious actors beforehand. And then they got into the comedy part, a lot of them. And I sent you the link of what the movie is influenced from. And it's like, if you do scene by scene, is almost verbatim in the sense of what's going on, plus the comedy, which is weird, but it makes sense. Is this worth the watch to you, though?
I feel like it is, just for like a bucket list kind of reason. Honestly, if I had the opportunity and I'm not paying $30 for it, I would have actually said, let's watch Police Squad.
There are highlights. There's There's
There's
highlights
highlights to it,
on
but
YouTube.
I feel like Police Squad probably would have been funnier.
Possibly
Yeah.
because they only had like you only have a show which
They
depending
were like
was it do you
half
know
hour long.
they were a half hour long, so yeah, the hits had it, the comedy had to be there like sharp.
Yeah,
It had to be more, yeah, it had to be sharper. Yeah,
because it was around the
I think
same
it's
time as like Get Smart in that time, right? Because Get
no, Get
Smart was
Smart
around
was
the wasn't it in the 80s?
no, it was in syndication when I was watching it, and I was young. I'm older than you. Excuse me.
Yeah, I was about to correct you about like how old you are. Oh yeah, Get Smart's 1965. There was
Yeah.
another Get Smart in with Andy Dick. That's the one I'm thinking about.
Oh God.
And then
Him.
Don Adams. There was also one with Barbara Feldon and Don Adams, and like Get Smart Again, which was 1989, and Andy Dick was 95. The original Get Smart
Oh,
was
okay.
65, and I
That's
do remember that
boy.
OG Get Smart too. Missed it
Yeah.
by that much.
And then he was the voice for Inspector Gadget.
Yes.
Before we go off, this summer, I have to say though, I guess it's every summer they do it. It's the season for sequels and remakes. On Netflix, you have Happy Gilmore and Happy Gilmore 2, which is weird because they just put Happy Gilmore 2 on, and Happy Gilmore, the original, is leaving Netflix, which makes no sense when they just came out with Happy Gilmore 2. By the way, not a fan of it. That one's truly dated, the first one. There are some moments like Bob Barker, some nice moments there.
Oh, you saw
But
the
then
original?
you have this. I saw the original.
I used to love the original.
I couldn't get into it. I couldn't
The
get
Bob
into it.
Barker thing was what sold me. I'm not gonna lie. That was the
Yeah,
highlight.
that was good. Shooter, he was awesome.
Yes.
He was awesome. And that was funny too. In the sense like he made that up. He wasn't called Shooter.
Yes.
That was the thing. He started doing that and they started calling him Shooter. Anyway, the sequel is trash. Holy crap. I guess he just wanted to do, I guess it's part of his contract. He just wanted to make a movie, and it was like they just copied the same formula. That one is a waste of time.
Okay.
Maybe the first one, okay, one and done or worth the watch. But the sequel, waste of time. But again, we have had remakes, we have sequels, we have The Running Man coming up in October, though. That's not in the summer.
Yes.
But we have the Fantastic Four. Fantastic Four is a remake, if you will.
True.
But new also in the MCU. We've had the
Superman.
Karate Kid Legends, which is a sequel. Superman is a remake, another one. I guess the summer is not really about significant films, not in the US anyway.
Are you kind of saying this because I also bombarded your text messages with like clips from the upcoming movies that are also remakes of like stuff like Red Sonja?
You sent me that?
I sent you that.
Oh, wow. Yeah. Red Sonja is coming out. It's like another He-Man and the Masters of the Universe. It's like, what happened to original movies? They all came out in the 80s and 90s and 70s.
I sent that to you last night because I was talking with a friend about that, and they're like, yo, there's no original movies coming out. I'm like, yeah, look at all these. And I'm like, told them like, Running Man.
Oh, you sent it last night?
Like, yeah, I think it was last night.
Oh,
yeah.
Jeez. But no, it's just like, it's so disappointing. I mean, granted, we're going to watch it. Will they be better? Some of them, some yes so far. I mean, Fantastic Four, First Steps, yes, is actually the best installment so far, even though
You have problems?
even though it's basically the original Fantastic Four, not the original, but the 2005 Fantastic Four and 2007 combined, besides Doctor Doom, but the sense of the Silver Surfer and what have you. And also with the inclusion of the Incredibles. Superman, definitely a remake, Elseworld story. Now, granted, The Running Man is supposed to be closer to the book than the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie.
You know what's funny? I'm saying this just based on the trailer. It's basically the Arnold Schwarzenegger movie mixed with Lottery Ticket with John Cena.
Oh my God, yes.
It's the same film. If you put the two
Holy
together,
shit.
it's their love child.
Holy shit! Oh my God, yes, Lottery Ticket on Amazon.
Yep.
With Aquafina as well.
Yep.
Holy crap! Mind blown. All right, guys, that is our throwback review of The Naked Gun from the files of the Police Squad. Have you seen it? Let us know what your favorite moments were in the comments below, and don't forget to follow us on Instagram. Until next time, we'll be the next time. I'm Angel.
I'm Adon.
Love you, bro.
Love you too.